told people that they're, not got it, and then that is fucking the worst kind of person, man. Fucking the worst kind of person. And again, it's not the fucking disease. It's the person and how you choose to deal with that, which I can't imagine. I mean, the fear and the thing you must have when you have HIV, but that isn't the way you deal with it. That's not how you fucking deal with shit. Okay, sorry.
It's getting dark.
I get real dark. Yeah. I'll lighten things up. Michael's true motive, though, was never actually fully revealed, so a lot of it's sort of speculation. There's been numerous ideas that he felt that some of his dates that he'd had sort of deserved punishment for not having HIV, or there was the idea that maybe he didn't want to suffer alone. But if that was the case, then he wouldn't do what he did. So after he got his diagnosis, in the space of 2 months, Michael killed 4 gay men by strangulation. But killing them wasn't quite enough for Michael Lupo.
I wasn't expecting it to go down this route, actually, to be fair.
What were you thinking for it to do?
I thought it was just going to constantly permanently just infect people with HIV, and that was it, and he's just going to let them die.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
That's why this is another level.
Yeah. This
is another level of that.
Fuck.
I'm just going to run through some details about, because this all happens within literally the space of a month. The murders start at the sort of midway through March and then end sort of very start of April. So it sort of crosses over in 2 months, but it's all within the space of like 4 weeks or so.
Jesus.
It's crazy. On March 15th, 1986, 37-year-old Alec Casson, a railway worker, was hanging out at a local leather bar in search for a dude to go home with. Unfortunately, he crossed paths with Michael Lupo. The two talked for a bit and had a couple of drinks and then went back to a derelict flat. So Michael didn't even take him back to his $300,000 place. Took him to a derelict flat. The two did sort of what you do, and then Michael attacked Alec, strangling him with a sock. Alec had been so frenzied during the whole attack that he actually bit his own tongue off.
Oh my god!
How fucking hysterical must you be to bite your own tongue off? Oh, the pain! Fuck! I can only imagine the fear and the panic that would set in.
I can't even imagine that, to be fair.
Oh, I've got a very vivid imagination. I mean, I'm sure in real life it's a ton worse than I can even think of. Ugh, poor guy.
Jesus Christ.
It's also not confirmed whether or not this the next part was done post-mortem or not, but his body was mutilated with a razor and smeared with feces. So one of the things that I made to mention is that Michael, there is a word for it, I can't think of what it's called now. He was into introducing feces within his sort of sexual
Is it
acts.
Scat?
No, I don't think it's fully that. There is a full word for it. It's something philia, something like that. I can't fucking remember. But if you want to, again, not kink shaming, if you want to play with poop, not my thing, your thing.
No.
If you want to do it. I don't care. As long as you are a good person, if you play with poop on a weekend, I don't fucking care if you play with poop. Only wash your hands, make it clean. Don't do it around me or show me. But no, it's fine. You want to play poop? Play with poop. I'm very liberal with people's sexual behaviors. As long as it's, like I say, consensual and doesn't end. As long as it doesn't end in fucking murder. Essentially. 3 weeks later, on the afternoon of April 5th, a waiter called Anthony Connolly was found by children playing in a railroad shed. Anthony had been strangled to death with his own scarf, his body slashed and smeared with human feces, just like Alex. The whole situation was pretty much a carbon copy of the first one.
Can I ask a question? Can I predict how he gets caught? Is he get caught by
poop samples? Yeah. No, he doesn't. I don't think.
Was it his poop?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's his poop. Yeah. Because, it's pretty. Why would that? In case it was their own poop?
Because you could easily solve the case.
Oh, like by doing a DNA on the poop? Well, I guess the thing is, DNA samples, you only have DNA samples if you can match it towards something on a database, yeah. So if you don't have If you don't already have a fucking poop sample of someone, you're not going to be able to find that shit out. Literally, find that shit out. I really hope that we're doing well on sort of tightrope walking the line between keeping things light and talking about this in a serious way.
Yeah.
I hope so. The crummy thing about the whole thing with Anthony, though, obviously the crummy thing is that he fucking died to the hands of a fucking monster. But the crummy thing about it is that because Anthony had been sharing a flat with a man who was who was living with HIV, there was a long delay between the discovery of his body and then the post-mortem. The coroner apparently wanted to make sure that Anthony himself wasn't infected before he touched him. How fucking gross is that?
Wow.
On behalf of the coroner. Like,
No.
That's your fucking job. That's your job. And he's like, oh, no, I don't want to touch him.
No.
Fuck you. Obviously, this created serious tension between the authorities and the gay community, the later accusing the former of dragging their heels and not taking the death of a homosexual man seriously enough. I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The next time Michael strikes is a little different and is really sort of against his usual MO that we've seen up until now. And I have a sort of theory as to what this is, to be honest with you. On the night of April 18th, Michael left one of the clubs and was walking home. On his way, he bumped into an elderly homeless guy on Hungerford Bridge, and apparently something inside of him just snapped. Michael kicked the guy in the groin and strangled him on the spot, afterwards dumping his body into the Thames. So he didn't do the sex. There was nothing, he didn't do the sex thing with him. He didn't do the mutilation, didn't do the feces. There was nothing.
He just snapped.
I think
somebody.
Yeah, I think this was his anger showing itself in a slightly different way than what it has done before, but it's still, I think it's coming from a similar place. Maybe it's not how you deal with things.
No.
People might say, who the fuck am I to talk about how to deal with something like this? And I really can't comment on how someone should deal with an illness like that, but I know you shouldn't kill people.
And that's just the given, right?
You would think so. The very next day, after killing the homeless guy, Michael was back at his old tricks. So the very fucking next day, he met a dude called Mark Leyland at Charing Cross, and the men made their way to a public restroom for sex. Pretty typical back then.
Yep.
And still now.
From
some of the noises I've heard in some of the clubs, definitely. Once the Mark, for whatever reason, just changed his mind, though, so that's fine. Michael then pulled out an iron bar that he had previously concealed on him and attacked him with it. So that's a bit different as well. I mean, I wonder why he had an iron bar on him, because before he's just strangled him. It's as if he's getting more and more violent with it, right?
It sounds like it's gone from impulses
to planned.
To plan.
Yeah. I feel so. Now, luckily, Mark escaped with his life and went to the police. However, at the time, he reported that the incident was just a random mugging, which, again, was, of course, understandable.
Yeah.
Because, we watched something not so long ago, right, where the police were sort of raiding bathroom stalls and shit in the 80s. Looking for gay men, and they would send people in undercover, and then they would arrest them and then out them in the newspapers and to the family.
Yeah,
which is fucking awful. Because back, that could destroy someone's life back then with all the fucking homophobia that was rampant.
I don't know what it was called, but it was a BBC documentary.
BBC thing, right? Yeah, we watched that, and it was all about interviews with people who were there at the time and stuff, right?
Yeah,
so tragic. I couldn't even believe that that's the case. That's I was born a couple of years after this.
No, yeah.
That's so weird that this is in our lifetime. How weird is that? That is in our lifetime, and then we get to march in the gay pride parade at this point.
Oh, it's really awesome.
That's fucking cool. Now, just 5 days later, on April 24th, after that whole incident, a hospital worker named Damien McCluskey was seen in a Kensington tavern. He was having some drinks, talking to some dudes. Unfortunately, this will be the last time he'll be seen alive. Much like Anthony Connolly and Alex Casson, his body was found in the basement of a derelict building, strangled, raped, mutilated with a razor, uncovered in feces. The feces thing's like his calling card, almost, I guess. It's like his little pièce de résistance or whatever he was fucking I don't know. I fucking know. The guy's weird and twisted.
Fucked. It's really fucked.
On the night, it's so crazy that this has happened so freaking quick. I mean, I don't think we've ever spoke about someone who's acted so rapidly.
Day after
There's-
day.
There's definitely a sense of urgency with him, and I'm not surprised if it's to do with his diagnosis that he's really rapidly going through this shit. On the night of May 7th, Michael picked up another guy at a bar, took him to some other dodgy building, and attempted to strangle him with a black nylon stocking. But just like the Mark Leyland guy, the guy managed to escape. Now, I can't seem to find a particular name of this man, but I'm assuming he
probably wants to keep quiet.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But this time he provided the police with a full report, so he gave them a full detail. So it was like, this is what the fuck's going on. By this time, the police had been finding the bodies like scattered around the place as well, so they were probably a bit curious as to what the fuck was happening. And they thought, okay, we might have a freaking lead. The police actually came up with a pretty decent plan, actually. So this is kind of like surprising for me, but again, without finding too much information, I don't know if they had to act from pressure or anything like that. I don't know, but from the small information I can find, it seemed like they did actually kind of a decent job, kind of. The plan that they had was they were going to take the victim dude who ran away. They're taking round the gay bars with an undercover escort, which is a good idea. Okay. The guy would then help and point out the culprit who attacked him. On May 15th, I've put down here, they finally fingered Michael. Figuratively speaking. They didn't attack him and finger him. It's not a punishment that we give in England, right?
No.
No? 5 fingers? You are sentenced to 5 fingers. No?
What would that do? Just your own 5 fingers just stuck up your bum forever?
No, not your own. No, a big daddy. A big daddy. A big 7-foot monster with fucking hammer hands.
Like the one from the Halloween remake.
Yes, him. Oh yeah, him. Yeah, a big 7-foot monster daddy with massive shovel hands. With 5 fingers up your asshole. That's your punishment.
No.
I think that would...
No.
No?
No.
Okay. The police moved pretty quickly, all things considered, and almost immediately began a search of Michael's home. Though they found his basement Converted is the word, to a modern sort of BDSM torture chamber type thing. And they also found diaries which allegedly contained the names of many high-profile, prominent connections that he had. Don't know, but I really want those names. Obviously, they were never fucking revealed, but I wonder who they could have been.
Oh,
curious and curious.
Like, do you think politicians and things like that?
Maybe politicians, high-profile celebrities at the time.
Oh,
because you know the BBC were covering up shit back then. We know from things that have happened they were covering shit up. So what else did they know? What did they know? Alan, tell me, what did they know?
I don't know, but I want to know.
Tell me. I want to know how good would that be to get your hands on that fucking list? I bet they fucking burned that list, right?
Yeah, that's nowhere. That's not existing anymore. That.
I wonder what it was all about. Do you think they went to his little dungeon thing and like fucked? And these are like closeted people. This is really interesting. I find that is interesting. I wish I could find them. Following the search of his home, the police made a very swift judgment to arrest Michael. However, it wasn't the torture room or the diaries that they had arrested him for. Oh, no. Michael, obviously feeling at this point that he had nothing to lose, in his head, at least. He'd already been given, in his head, the death sentence 2 months earlier. So he was like, I don't know, fucking anything to lose. So he was actually arrogantly strolling round, hands in his pockets, and idly chatting and laughing about the victims in a humorous manner. So he was pretty much like, you caught me. Like that.
Oh.
He was very open with his confessions to the police about all the murders. One of the more grisly details he told the police, and get ready for this because this is fucking gross, was that while the victims were alive, he would take enjoyment in... Oh, this whole thought is fucking gross. And also, I can't imagine how horrific this must be for the people who were his victims. He would split open their scrotum, and then he would massage the testicles inside the scrotum with the thing.
What the fuck?
That is... When I read that, I mean, I've seen horror movies. My imagination in terms of what someone can do torture-wise is gross. I never, ever thought that would be something someone would and could do. That is such a twisted mind for that to even enter your mind.